welcome to the podcast. I'm Ryan Fago. With me here today, we got Brian, we got Lamar. Thank you guys for coming out here. I appreciate it. So, just the other day, we were hooping at the basketball court, and we were doing pretty good. You saw my shots, my fadeaway jumper. You know it's good. You know it's good. But after that, we started having some conversations, and I thought they were pretty interesting. So I figured, some people out there might want to hear it as well. So that's what we're doing here, doing this podcast. It's my first one. I hope it goes well. So tell me, you guys, both of you guys, right now you're doing school and work right now? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How old are you guys?
20 years old.
I'm 18.
20 and 18. So you're just coming out of high school, or you?
I'm just coming out of high school. I just turned 18. I turned 18 like 4 days before I graduated.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. And you're currently, so you're about to go to, you're telling me Arizona right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to move out there.
Incoming freshman, yeah.
Incoming freshman, that's tight. And what are you going to school for?
Bachelor's in sports science.
So sports science?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where you're headed? I know, like, when I was in high school, I was just going to school. I was just trying to graduate. I had no idea where I was headed. But, like, so you're doing sports science. What are you going to try to do, with that, like, as a career?
As a career, I mean, at first I just like what it sounds about, but I think I'm gonna have like my own like little office, because I want to have someone in there that does like psychology and like sports therapy for real. So
okay,
so just have my own office. I want to know like how to manage just everything about the body. So
yeah,
whatever I can do, just pick up off of that, just go. But I might change my major though. I don't know. So
you think so?
Yeah.
So you got to be taking like anatomy classes and stuff right now, and
I took anatomy in high school, so
okay,
I'm already I'm halfway in.
How is it generally like? So you're working right now. What are you doing?
I work at Popeyes right now, and
okay,
do other stuff too.
Just to get you going there, yeah. How is that hard? Just like juggling that. Well, you're not starting classes yet, so you're just working right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then when you start school, you're gonna be working too, or just
I'm not trying to work in college. That's all I want to pick up on like trading and stuff.
Yeah.
If I can do that and like this just be like my main like hustle,
yeah,
I'll live off it. And
yeah,
then I use my assets. I'll buy assets with it, all the stuff, and then just live off my assets. Then just support that, my hustle, support it with whatever I do out of that.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
What about you, Brian? What do you got going on, Brian? So school, work?
Yeah, so I'm currently enrolled at Compton College for nursing. I plan on getting my associate's degree in that and then moving to Cal State to get my bachelor's degree. And
yeah, that's tight. And you're working too right now?
yeah, I work full-time, and I also go to school full-time as well.
That's tight. So that sounds like is that hard to juggle both of those things? How many hours are you dedicating like to each of those? Is it like your work? Is it you're doing 8-hour shifts, or what are you doing there?
Right now, I'm doing about 6 hours a day at my job, but I pretty much work every day. I only have one day off, which is on Thursdays, and while I'm at work, I'm usually working on schoolwork, so I'm pretty much always busy.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. You were telling me before we were playing basketball, like your sleep has been terrible. Or like, has it gotten any better, or how much sleep have you been getting?
And it has gotten better since I dropped my math class. Honestly, I'm juggling about maybe 5 to 6 hours now. It's getting up there. Honestly, it's getting better.
That still doesn't cut it. 5 to 6 hours. Look, you're talking to the wrong person. All right, I'm crazy about sleep. It's insane. Like you were telling me you were getting like 3 hours, and then you were going to the gym, and also going to a tutor, and I'm like, you can't go to the gym, and you can't be going to the tutor either. You go to the tutor on 3 hours of sleep. nothing's gonna happen. She's gonna start talking, or it's gonna bounce out. It's like that's a waste of time. I think. Like, I know that's hard to hear, but I say sleep should be your number one priority. If you're getting through that, you just have so much to gain. If you're sleeping 3 hours, going from 3 hours to 8 hours, that can be just a game changer right there. And when you're in school, you can actually take in stuff. Like, they've done studies about like short sleep and Alzheimer's. It's crazy. When you're sleeping, your brain will transfer the short-term your memories from your short-term area of your brain to your long-term. If you're not getting enough sleep, that doesn't happen, and your short-term memory just stays full. So what they're going to try to be teaching you math, all these other classes, it's not, the math ain't mathin' at that point. It's like, it's not going to happen. So you got to, I say you got to get better sleep. Like, I'll get as much sleep. It's hard for me because I work the night shift, but I still try. Like, I try to keep where I'm sleeping super dark, and I like wear a mask and all of that. But it's so crazy. You're talking to the wrong person about not getting enough sleep. And it's like, what about you? How's your sleep? It's like bad.
Talked about this sleep. It's getting better. Like, I don't be sleeping as much. Like, that's what I said. I sleep like 5-6 hours.
Yeah,
but it's like I go to sleep so late, so it's like I might be up from like 11 a.m. to like 5 in the morning, just like trying to figure it out. And then
what's on your mind usually? Like what keeps you up? Just whenever you gotta sleep, what's keeping you? What's going on in your mind?
I'll be too hungry. Like, I'll be wanting better in life. Like, I can't.
Too hungry, literally or figuratively, like or both.
Both. Like,
yeah.
I might like order some food, then like just start like figuring out how to like just get some money, like just right then and there. Then, or I might work on like something like.
Yeah.
Because I be wanting to do too much. That's right. So, like,
yeah, I say that mindset, like, you should be hungry, but the wanting to get that money right now, that I don't know if that's the best. I don't know how to get rich quick, not in an easy way. I am like more long term, 10 years, 20 years down the road, just building it slow and steady. So I don't know how to tell you about making money quick.
Because I'm okay with like I'll work right now. Like, I can do it, just work, just keep on going, like focus on what I want to do, my dreams, and just get it out the way, like right now. Just keep on going on it after and after and after every day, to the point where like I can't sleep. So it's like, I don't know, like.
But you got to know.
I'll work on it. Like, I know it's not gonna come quick, but if I spend enough time on it, how much you give something, how much you gonna give out of it. So
yeah. But I think a lot of people don't realize the, impact sleep has. So I think that should also be a big priority for you too, because you'll just be more effective in anything you do. If it's trying to learn about trading, if you get better sleep, you're probably going to do better. Like, most people will think, just spending more time, doing, working on your goals, going to the gym, whatever, learning, like, that's going to get you far. But really, I think sleeping is actually productive. Like, if you're only sleeping 5, that extra 3 hours, you could be learning about trading. But I would say it's probably better to just be asleep. I know it's hard when your mind is racing, but if you're like, that's like just a priority, I think you could do better with that. But yeah, I know I'm talking a lot about sleep, but it's so important. That's pretty crazy. But so Brian, for college, you're saying you're pursuing nursing?
Yeah, so I'm pursuing nursing, but I'm still undecided. And the thing is I kind of have this thought in my head all the time that, it's too late for me to go to school because, I'm already 20 years old, about to turn 21 next month. And I kind of already feel I guess you could say behind the life, but I feel like that's like what he was saying. Like I'm kind of hungry, but not like food wise, trying to get money and trying to figure everything out. So that's really what keeps me up at night most of the time. Is just feeling like I'm behind everybody else, and I'm just trying to get everything together so quickly.
Yeah. So, how much does nursing pay?
Nursing for the associate degree, I believe it pays about $80,000 a year, and for the bachelor's, it's about $150 a year. But if I do travel nursing, I believe pays $250 to $300. But I'm going for my CRNA, which is Certified Registered Nursing Anesthesiast, and that pays about $300,000 a year. But you do have to go to school for about 8 years for that, though.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
So, is that something like you can work toward? You can start as a nurse and then like you can progress to do something like that?
You can definitely move up the ladder. That's pretty much how everybody else does it also.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. And you still have the option right now to kind of change direction to do something else as a career?
Yeah, most definitely. But I feel like that's probably the most convenient thing for me to do because I can actually see myself doing that and enjoying it, and having the opportunity to move up in the ladder and, just other opportunities as well.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it. If you enjoy it, that's huge. Like, not a lot of people can say that they enjoy their work. I work a job. I'm very, very fortunate and grateful to have the job that I do. I have a union job down at the docks, and I'm very, very fortunate for that. It's not something that I'm like super excited to go to every day. It's still work, and it's like I'm grateful to have it, but it's work. So if you like your job, if you're helping people and that brings you satisfaction, that's huge. Like you're winning. If they say, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life, and that's insane. I would like to get to that level someday, but so you said you're doing sports medicine. That's right. Is that something you would actually see yourself enjoying, or is this like ideally what do you want to do ideally?
Ideally, like I just want to help people. So I think that's my calling for just helping people.
Yeah.
But, like ideally, like I don't even see it. Like that's why I said I might change my major. I don't see myself really like pursuing it because like I don't think I'm gonna be able to process the information how I want to. I think I just want to help people. I don't know. So
Yeah.
over time, I'll figure it out over time. But ideally, like my dream job is to trade and like do YouTube or something like that. Just,
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we can talk about trading. So for me, I don't consider myself a trader like for stocks. I think there's like two main strategies in the stock market. You have trading, like specifically day trading, and then you have long-term value investing. I think those are two different camps there. I put myself in the long-term value investing. This is something that doesn't get you rich quick overnight or anything like that. This is like a long-term thing. I think we were talking about this before trading. You tried it. You tried day trading. How did that work out?
not good.
Okay.
I know it didn't good.
So this is the thing. I got into day trading. I was doing the research and I brought a book on it. So I jumped straight in without, practicing or anything like that. I did make money in it, but I lost all the money that I did make. And then honestly, I quit. And now I'm trying to get back into it, but I'm trying to take a safer approach.
Yeah, it'd be like that. You at the beginning, like you make a good amount of money, you can double your money, then double it again. It only takes one time to just lose it all. Like if you're doing it if you're in the space where you're able to double it like that, it's usually like you're usually taking on extra risk, and you can take your money you can start from $1,000 and get to $100,000. It can be wiped out and go to zero like with if you're not careful, it can be risky.
What were you trading?
For me, I believe it was Tesla, SPX, and I forgot what the other ones were, but it was a couple of stocks that I was invested in because on YouTube they said that was the best ones to day trade in, which I should not have listened to, honestly.
Yeah.
I should have did more research about the company before I decided to jump into it. And yeah, I was just being an amateur, I guess, honestly.
So what's your experience with day trading?
Like stocks?
Yeah. Are you like a
comes and
day
goes.
trader, or is it like swing trading? What's
Swing, like I do it when I can. I don't think I'm really good at trading like stocks. I think I'm gonna be good at like currencies. Like
yeah.
stocks is not for me. I'm like, cause I'm more like a mindset. Like I think stocks is more like hold, and then like you watch it like every week and be like, oh yeah, it's the right time. Then over time, like it builds up. I'm like.
You're a hustler. You want it.
Like I need it.
You want that feedback. You want to get
I need the pace, like to pick up, and then like my mindset, like I'm calm. Like,
yeah.
stocks is like you you have it, and it don't worry you or nothing. Like I think I'm gonna be good at trading currency. Yeah, that way.
I've never really looked into trading currency. Have you learned anything like about that?
Yeah. So.
What's the strat? How do you know like the U.S. dollar is going to be up against the Vietnamese dong or whatever? What do you do?
So I just started learning about it like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like probably like the wrong person to tell you,
but you know more
it's
than
like,
I do. I don't know.
Probably, but it's like say it's a chart you look at. So like it's like a bunch of charts, then you can download. It's like say it's kind of like making like music and putting it out. Like some days your song might be on the top of the charts, and sometimes it might not. But in another country, your song might be doing different type of numbers, but you're getting paid at a different currency. So it's like you just gotta watch it. So then it's this other thing too. It's like the chart is not like the stock chart. So like forex it's harder than a stock chart reading it. So stocks is like you can watch it as it gains on. For like forex and like currency is like you can make money if it goes down and goes up. So it's like it go by like say it goes down like 10 pips and the margin was like 0.5. You might make off that $10. You might make 100. If it goes down 10 times 10, it goes up and it might be your loss. Like you might lose 100.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's mostly like technical analysis, looking at the historical price patterns of that currency. Yeah, that sounds typical for like trading.
Yeah, but forex is like $1 trillion business. It's money everywhere.
So what is I've heard of forex, but I don't really. Is that like short for an acronym or something or?
I just started, man. So
yeah.
I'm figuring everything out. I think by like the end of the week, I'll be better because I really be just like eat sleep right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes against like my strategy. It just the trading generally in like it. Don't get me wrong. Plenty of people have made tons of money doing it. That's just not I don't have to make money in every game. That one, it just, I feel like there's a lot of things that can happen outside of my control, and I just don't know. For me, I look at like investing like in the stock market in a totally different way. Like a lot of people, I think, don't realize this, but when you buy a stock, you literally become a part owner of the business. You buy one share. If it's Apple, you have one share of Apple. You're part owner of Apple. A really small, tiny part owner. But literally, you have the CEO of Apple. You have Tim Cook. He's working for you. You're the owner. The CEO is working for you. All these employees, they're working for you. You own that business. So, to me, I take a much more long-term approach. I look at the underlying fundamental analysis of the companies. I can see how much that business has been earning, like over the past 10 years, and I can get an estimated prediction of roughly what they're going to make in the future, and then I can see what that business is selling for. I try to buy a stock as if I'm going to buy a rental property. Like a rental property, it earns income by the rent. The rent comes in, right? You can calculate how much that's going to be. You subtract all the expenses and all that, and you can see how much the purchase price is. I look at that like with stocks, and that makes more sense to me. It's a longer term thing. I go after like 10% a year. A lot of people, they don't like hearing that, like 10% a year. That's not going to do me any good. But for me, I look at the next 10, 20, 30 years, and you utilize that compound interest, because that's 10% in a year, but that next year you're going to get 10% on that 10% also. So it's compound interest. So I know this is kind of boring, but like this is what I know. This is more like, this is the Warren Buffett approach, and he's not doing too bad right now. He's got like $100 billion. He is really old, but you know, I think he's the GOAT. He's got a really good track record, and he looks at it the same way. But what do you think about that? Just way too boring? No way, I'm not going to do that.
Nah, listen, like everybody has their own approach. So just my approach is like, I'm willing to do anything to win. So
yeah,
not like nothing shady or nothing, but like if y'all gotta wait, it's like I understand what you're saying. You just don't want to take too much of a big risk to throw you all the way back.
That's true. Yeah. However, so right now I am doing something that is riskier. Mm-hmm. Have you heard of shorting stocks?
Yeah. So
I'm doing that. For you guys out there, warning, this is a dangerous thing. I'm not a financial advisor.
Tell them what shorting stocks is.
So shorting is basically you can profit if a stock goes down. Mm-hmm. And it usually has to happen within a certain expiration. Like it's got to happen by January of 2025. If it doesn't happen, you can lose all your money, or a big chunk of it. It's risky. I normally wouldn't want to short stocks, but I think now it kind of makes sense to me, because I think
recession.
Yes.
The way the market is right now, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think stock prices, real estate prices, everything, they're too high. Like, do you see how much these houses cost? Like these buildings over here, just these condominiums, they're like $1 million plus for a condo. Like who is affording these? This is like
buy a house.
Yeah, I mean, even just all across the U.S., these house prices are crazy, and I thought it was already like pretty unaffordable when interest rates were low. Now interest rates have gone up a lot, and this makes it harder for people to get a loan from the bank. But they're still buying these houses at these prices. But I don't think that's gonna last forever. People, they're gonna run out of savings. I think the inflation went up a lot, and things are expensive. You go to like a fast food place, just like a regular meal, I don't know, it's probably like $15. Like, that's crazy. Things are really expensive.
The craziest thing is that people really like are putting their money into that. So it's like, say you spend like $20 eating, like that $20 could be put like somewhere else where the money could be doubled. Like,
yeah,
like just put that in. Like it's all gonna come out in the end. Like,
yeah, and that's how I look at some things too. Like, you could buy some nice clothes or something. Let's say it's going to cost $100 for some like nicer clothes. You could buy that, and it seems like it just costs $100, but there's something called opportunity cost. So instead of buying those clothes for $100, you could invest it instead, and that 100 can grow over time, 10, 20 years down the line, whatever. Let's say it goes to $500. So these clothes don't cost 100, they cost 500. It's the opportunity cost because you could have invested it. So you can kind of think of it that way. Like, how much do these things actually cost? How much does this Mercedes-Benz actually cost? You could be investing that instead, and just you could be making a lot more.
For people my age, I guess you could say a lot of us like buying Jordans and a lot of the designer stuff.
It's true, and yeah.
All right, I got the perfect thing for this because I was just finna buy some shoes today.
Okay.
All right, so I was finna buy these babe shoes. They're like $400.
No.
I promise you. I was really about to get them before I came here. I was like,
so what stopped you? How did you came to your senses? You're like, there's no way. Yeah.
I just said I was gonna get them later. Like,
no, not gonna happen. Not on my watch.
It's like 400. I said, all right, like
400.
Half my paycheck.
I said, like,
they're your shoes, bro. Look at this. Look how cheap I am. Look, I can afford some new shoes.
No, I don't be buying shoes like that. I think I spent like, I'm like the perfect like person for this. I just spent like $200 on some shoes. Oh no, not even like the man.
I've had these for like 8 years.
Yeah,
I can get some new shoes.
Yeah, well you can. Me, I think I spent like $200 on some clothes like 2 days ago. But it was like the amount of clothes is like good. I promise you. It's like, so I was like, I'm finna get clothes that's gonna last for like a couple of years. I'm just wear this for a minute.
But how could you even consider $400
for
shoes?
The shoes? They're gonna last. In my head, I was like, I'm finna get these babe shoes. I'm like, they're gonna last like a good amount. I'm just wear them until they go out.
Or you get some like $60 shoes.
$60 shoes? I have some of those, like the little Nike runners. The trainers.
$400. What are those shoes gonna do for you? You're gonna like.
If I really,
they got a jetpack in them, or like.
No, listen. Like in my head, I'm like, the shoes to make the shoes is probably like not even $100. But in my head, I'm like, if I get the shoes and like I don't want them, I can just sell them for like more, for like a $200 profit.
That's a stretch. If you can do that, then just do that. You're gonna profit. But that's probably easier said than done. Because then why are they gonna buy them $600 from you and they can buy them $400 from where you got them?
I mean, they don't got the shoes no more. I got the shoes.
I guess, yeah. If you get lucky, like I was playing. I got some Kobe's to Kobe 8s or whatever years ago.
Those. If you had them today.
I got them.
That's like a band.
I hope. So I was just playing with them here, and then I realized, wait a second, these are Kobe's.
Yeah, those are like a band.
Yeah. I gotta say, I think I'm gonna hang on to them. I just put them in a box, and like we'll see the price later. But that was kind of lucky.
Shoe market is crazy, cause like even like cause say like I have like some Nikes that like they only drop one time. Yeah. In like December. So like what shoes did I get? So when I was in like high school, like freshman year, like we got the Jordan Jubilees for everybody, like the Christmas edition. So I got them for free. But if I wanted to during that time, like I could have sold them for like a good like $300. But now like the shoe itself is probably worth like $150. Yeah. And like in another couple of years when like nobody's thinking about them and like everybody's shoes like it's like they're tore up. Yeah. The shoe might be worth like $500.
I feel like that's hard. How can you predict that? I mean, if you could do that, then why aren't you just doing that? Like just make some profit on some shoes, but I feel like it's not that easy.
It's kind of funny that you guys are bringing this up.
Yes,
I used to be a sneaker reseller about last year, and well, actually, in the middle of COVID, like I used to go to Nike outlet and I used to buy shoes and resell them. But now I gotta say it's a lot difficult than how it used to be, in my opinion, because the way that the shoe market is right now,
Everybody got them.
it's yeah,
You gotta have some.
it's way difficult, way much more difficult now. And I'm honestly, I got it out of the sneaker reselling game because of that, and I do want to plan on coming back to it, but it's really difficult right now, especially.
Yeah, that's hard. I feel like that'd be hard to predict. You just get lucky sometimes, I guess, but dang, I don't know.
It's like
A stock?
trading. Yeah, it's like you read the business, like you said, you study it, everything, the whole company's aspect.
But the shoes aren't producing anything. That's the thing.
the shoes produce sales. So
But no, when you own it, when you buy the shoes, like they're on your feet right now.
Yeah.
They're not producing money.
not yet, it depends how you look at it.
Like what it's like. All right, let's talk about crypto. Have you looked into crypto at all?
Yeah, a little
Yes.
bit.
No.
So crypto is like, okay, honestly, I did buy some a while ago. I profited. The timing was lucky, but
Yeah.
I don't want to get back into that because it's like buying shoes. You buy a Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't produce anything. It doesn't give you. It's not going to produce rental income. It's not profiting. It's not a business. It's just there. Maybe it has some utility, but it doesn't have this income like gold. Gold, it's
That's
just.
good.
What was that?
Gold is good though.
But it doesn't do anything. Like Warren Buffett talked about
it
this.
holds its worth like gold.
Like a store of value, but so like for example, Warren Buffett, he said, for $1 trillion, I forgot the number, some like $1 trillion or whatever, you can have all the gold that's in the world. It would like probably fit in this room here. It'd just be in a giant cube, and like, what are you gonna do with it? You can like fondle it, you can whatever. It's not gonna do anything, but you can get that $1 trillion and you can buy a bunch of different businesses, and those businesses, they generate profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That actually gives
Passive income.
Yeah. So it's like the crypto is the same thing. You only make money if somebody else is going to buy it from you for more than you paid.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, like a lot of people aren't going to agree, like what they're hearing, what I'm saying, because a lot of people are like into crypto and they like it. But like
Crypto is slow.
Yeah, it's not how it used to be.
Yeah, I've been seeing Bitcoin. It's been at like 30,000. Just been like chilling there. Yeah.
Well, I feel like for that because I feel like once everybody knows like about it, it's like, oh yeah, it's dead. Like
Yeah.
So like,
Because it just doesn't. So here's the thing: how much should Bitcoin be worth, and why? I don't think you can give a good answer. Like,
no, because
30,000 too much or is it too little? No idea.
Really don't know.
I mean, if you had it, it's like you got it. It's like, and then like, I don't think right now you're gonna make too much profit off of it.
Nope.
I think, like, I firmly believe like once everybody knows about like a currency or something, like that's how you know it's like it's going to be dead, or like a stock is going to be dead, like it's going to crash.
Same thing with I have to say, like drop shipping and stuff like that. Also, that's the same way that was a couple years ago. It was booming, but now it's really not that profitable. Like it's really hard to make money in it. Like I tried to do it on Shopify the start of this year. I opened up about 2 stores and I made a couple sales off of one of the stores, but I would say after a month of making sales, I just did not make any profit. I was just losing money.
So I've heard of dropshipping a lot.
What is
Like,
that?
how does that work? I kind of have an idea. Is it like you order stuff online and you don't even deal with with any of the products, right? You kind of order it online and sell it to somebody else, and like just for a profit, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So I would say you can go on like places like AliExpress and stuff like that, and I would say eBay also, because technically that is the some of the products that they have on there is also connected to AliExpress, but like places like AliExpress and stuff like that, you go on there, you scroll for hours, and you just search up a product that you think people will be interested in. But now it's really difficult to find a product. Like, honestly, I would say it really takes about maybe a week or two to find a product, or if you're searching pretty much the whole day, you might find one, but then when you're making a store and you actually finish a store, you're going to realize that there's already a product that's on Amazon that's already the exact same product that you already found. So
it sounds to me like something called arbitrage. Arbitrage is where like you can find some kind of form of asset that you can buy for like $10, and you see that people are selling it for 10, and then some other people are buying it for like 11. So you just buy some at 10 and sell it at 11. So it sounds like kind of like that. Like you see this product on AliExpress and it's selling for, you're like, that's a good deal. People are buying it on Amazon for like, $10 more than this. So I'm going to buy it from AliExpress and then sell it to them on Amazon. Like
that's exactly how it works pretty much.
That makes, so then I guess you're right. When more people know about it, that market goes away, because the market tends to be pretty efficient, where why would they go to Amazon when they can just go to AliExpress, like, or wherever they're going to try to find the best deal.
And honestly, whenever I'm looking on Amazon, I generally check AliExpress and places like that before I even buy anything off of there, because I would say maybe 6 times out of 10 it's on one of those type of websites.
Okay.
Just rebrand it, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like at that point it's like your idea is not even your idea no more. Once it starts getting popular, it's like everybody's now having like the same thoughts, and like now it's multiple thoughts going around, people having new ideas on what to do with the product. It's like, now it's like, who gonna make the most out of it?
Yeah.
And then say like the ring light, like, is at a time like everybody wanted the ring light. Now
That's
it's
true.
like, now people still want a ring light, but now it's like it's so many different vendors for a ring light and so many different versions. It's like,
yeah, I was just thinking, like, now that you bring that up, I think a lot of people are trying to be like content creators.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty much anybody I talk to, they want to do YouTube, they want to do podcasts or something. I feel like there's some kind of, I mean, probably people are taking advantage of this, but like selling a product that caters toward, content creators. Mm-hmm. Just, like this setup here. Yeah. I just spent $1,000 on this stuff. Like, I don't know. That just popped up in my head. Like, I don't know I don't have any ideas to do that, but maybe selling something like that. But it's probably already there. I don't know. I just throwing it that.
I mean, if you make something new, so you can make like something like this, but it can stand out differently. You can like, it can be the same exact thing, but if it appeal different, it's like, and like people think it's different, it's gonna sell probably. So
yeah.
Have you guys ever heard about Amazon Seller?
Amazon Seller, no. What is that?
So it's basically like you were saying, like there's this product that might be on Amazon that somebody else is actually selling, but it's coming from this brand. So you can go to places like Marshall's and stuff like that, and say if you find like a pair of Nikes or something and it's at a lower price, you put it on Amazon for the market price, and you generally make a profit. So if you find something like this for a lower price and you put it on Amazon and you just mark it above the price, technically you're just making profit. So it's like dropshipping, but with a little bit of extra steps, basically.
So it's different because you'll actually have the product physically with you. Is that right?
Yeah. And then you would ship it out to Amazon or to one of your warehouses, and then from there, that's when all the work will be done, shipping to the seller and packaging and stuff like that, basically. But
nice. Sounds pretty good. So I've got a serious question for you guys. It's not going to sound like it's going to sound kind of simple, but I'm actually asking, do you guys want to be rich one day?
yes, definitely.
Okay. Because I'm actually asking because it's okay if, you want to just kind of take it easy in your 20s and relax, and then, just have just enough later on in your 30s, in 50s and beyond, and continue working until, normal retirement age. Like that's fine. But I'll tell you, I personally, I want to be rich. Like I want to be really rich. And I think that one of the biggest ways to get there that I know of, I think it sounds very simple, but it's basically caring less about what other people think of you. That doesn't sound like I'm saying much right now, but like for example, I care about what other people think of me, but only a little. Like not enough to push me to want to spend a ton of money on expensive, flashy things trying to impress other people, right? What that does is that helps me save money and start investing early on. And I think I don't know how to get rich quick in an easy way, but I understand like the long, slow, solid way. And the two main things you really want to utilize as much as you can and as early as possible is compound interest and passive income. You put these two things together, this is how the rich get rich. Like this is it. I was about 15 years old when my dad, he told me about passive income. And I was like, he told me, you can make money in your sleep. And I thought that was insane. I was like, yes, I will have some of that, please. Thank you very much. So I didn't start working until 18, but I think that was huge, understanding that concept about passive income, because passive income, I'll tell you about, so earned income, that's just your regular, you go to work. If you want to make more money, you got to work more hours, right? Passive income, if you want to make more money, it doesn't really require much more effort. So it's very scalable. Your money can really grow a lot over time. And then compound interest is when you're making interest on your interest. So these two things put together is amazing, because imagine you're sleeping, you're dead asleep in bed, all cozy. You've got, some cash in a safe. And then when you're sleeping, the safe opens up, your cash walks out, and it gets a job. It's working for you. It's your employees, right? Your money starts working, and then so that cash makes cash. And the cash that your cash made makes cash. And you just use that, and that is how to get rich. It's a slow and steady process, especially at the beginning, but it tends to explode later on in life. You've got to plant the seed now as early as you can. You're not really going to see it like you're like, this may, it's not really working. This 10% a year, that's too slow. This is for the future. Like, you got to do this for future Lamar. This is Lamar in your 40s and 50s. You want future Lamar to be saying, thank you, young Lamar. I appreciate you. That was amazing. Thanks for doing that. But you've got to do that now. You got to start planting the seed. And again, it's going to be kind of a slow and steady thing. But I think that's the way. There are other ways to make money. Some people get lucky. Some people, can get rich super quick. I don't know those ways. But
I have a question also.
Yes.
I was watching some videos about, I believe it was a person named Graham Stephan on YouTube, and he was talking about how the rich use debt to get rich and stuff like that.
Okay, great question. Yeah, that's a good topic. So debt is kind of vague. There's good debt and there's bad debt, right? So I'll first start with bad debt. Probably the worst is credit card debt. If you have credit card debt, I'd say that should be your number one priority, to pay that off. I go as far as looking at it as an investment. So let's say you've got $10,000 in cash sitting there. Just, that's a lot of money, but like, just, it's a round number, 10,000 in cash. But you also have $10,000 in credit card debt, right? And you have this cash, it gives you options. You're also looking at the stock market. So you have this credit card debt, and you're also looking at stocks. You're looking at real estate. You have all these options, right? I would say forget all of the other ones. Forget stocks, forget real estate, forget crypto, forget any other trading, anything. You pay off that credit card debt, because the interest rate, that interest rate they're charging you at the bank right now, it's probably like 20%, which is, it's crazy. I look at that, if you pay that off, you no longer have to pay that 20%, which essentially means you're earning a 20% return. And that is really good. You ask like a long-term investor, if they had an opportunity to get a guaranteed 20% return after taxes, right? They would jump on that. I would want to jump on that opportunity just to pay off that credit card debt. So I'd say you got to pay that off. If you have credit card debt, you pay that off as soon as you can. Forget anything else. Forget investing. You pay off that credit card debt. So that's bad debt, right? There's also good debt. And I would say good debt, it can be a 30-year fixed rate mortgage against a house, right? You can buy a rental property. Let's say, for example, you just have $100,000 sitting around, right? And you're thinking of buying a $100,000 rental property. You can just buy that cash. You can just go to the seller and say, here's $100,000. The house is yours, right? You don't have a loan on it. Or instead, you could go to the bank and get a loan. So let's say you only have to put down $30,000. You're going to have to pay a loan each month. But if you have a tenant that covers that, you can still have a profit of, say, a few $100s a month. And so say throughout the year, your profit is going to be, say, $6,000 for that year. You only put down $30,000 out of your pocket, right? You invested $30,000, you make $6,000 a year. That's a 20% ROI. And because you got a loan on it, you still own the entire property. So if that property appreciates at 3% a year, so that's 3% of that 100,000. It went up 3,000, but you only put in 30. So that's an additional 10%. So 20% from the rent plus 10% from that appreciation. So 30% from your ROI plus you're paying off that principal. I know that's pretty complicated. I got into the technical details there, but just to simplify that again, I'd say bad debt is credit cards, right? You got to pay that off. You don't want to carry a balance on that credit card where you're paying 20%. And then good debt is, say you're going to buy a rental property. I think that's one of the biggest advantages of real estate is the mortgage, the 30-year mortgage. So that's what I think about debt. That's kind of the general synopsis there. You look like you're about to say something.
I was just gonna say, make money with the money you have.
What do you mean? Like instead of getting a loan or something?
No, I mean, you have the money to buy the property, right?
Yeah, so that's my point. You could just buy it outright.
Yeah, but you said get the loan.
Yeah, I would say
you already got the money, just.
But that's a good question. I like that you're asking that. So, given that scenario, you borrow money. You only put up $30,000 in that scenario, which allows you to buy say three total properties instead of just buying one. Okay, so that's $30,000 each, about $90,000, and say each one profits $6,000. You're profiting $18,000 off of $90,000. Where you could have just bought one, and say you would have profited, say $10,000. Maybe you would have profited $10,000 just buying one property, but if you get loans, you can buy three properties and profit $18,000. So you see how that can be better, right? That's called leverage. You're using other people's money. And so as these houses appreciate, you're now controlling $300,000 of real estate instead of just $100,000. So if they go up, say over a few years, 10%, that's $30,000 of just capital appreciation, right? Plus you have the rent, that $18,000. So you could just buy it outright, no loan, and just buy the house and have no monthly mortgage payment. And that's not a horrible way because you have peace of mind. It's more cushion. But if you want to get a higher return on your investment, you can use the leverage. If you're running the numbers and using it wisely, like that's kind of what I did. So I can kind of tell you about how I got started. So I told you my dad told me about passive income when I was 15. Yeah. I got very lucky with a good job and a good union. So I don't know what to tell you about that part. I just got lucky. Like that, I'm very, very fortunate to have that. I started working at 18 and the money came in, I got my paycheck, it just went straight to the bank, like almost as if I didn't make it, right? It just straight to the bank. I wasn't paying rent. I didn't move out yet. And when it came time to buying a car, I was making six figures like my first job, which is insane. But the thing is, when it came time to buying my car, I could have bought a Mercedes, I could have bought a BMW or whatever. No, I literally Googled what is the cheapest car in America, and I got that one. It was the Nissan Versa. I got it brand new from the dealer for $11,300, a brand new car. But I got it was so the cheapest model and like the cheapest version of the model. It was the manual transmission.
Manual?
Yeah.
Trying like that, man.
Yeah. I mean, yes, because it was cheaper. That's my.
So I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, honestly, but in traffic, it sucks.
He's like, I gotta get over it.
Yeah. It becomes second nature once you drive for a while.
That's so much moving, doing like.
But it was cheaper. That was the thing. So
was it worth it though?
Yeah, I liked it. So I think it was worth it. Yeah. So not only manual transmission, but the roll-up windows too. This is a new car. Well, this is like 2015 when I got it. Roll-up windows. You had to put the key in everything like that. Just manual everything, and I liked it so it was cheaper for gas, lower cost for the insurance, lower maintenance cost, of course, lower purchase price, right? And if it got scratched a little bit, a ding, I didn't care. Whatever,
it's whatever.
I don't care. And I was saving money on dates because it wasn't impressing girls. I'm kidding, but so I started with that. I could have been in a nice car, but I got that one. So it was basically just I got the check, and it was getting saved, right? So then I was able to save up. And I bought my first rental property when I was 21, so that was pretty good. So I'll tell you about that. Like, this was in Detroit, and it's kind of a rough. There's some rough areas in there, but I got a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, 1,000 square feet, and the tenant was paying $825 a month. I got an actual house with a lot, whatever, an actual house, $36,000 for a house. Yeah. So I bought that. I bought that cash actually. So I didn't get a loan on that. Then pretty quickly after that, I bought another one in Detroit cash. Anyway, ended up buying 5 rental properties, some in Ohio. One of them I got a loan. But then what I did was, after I bought them, the interest rates went really low, right? So I took advantage of that because when interest rates went lower, this pushed up property values. Because what happens is people have more buying power. When the interest rates are lower, they can go to the bank and they can afford a more expensive house. So this pushed up the property values. So I was actually considering selling my properties, but I was like, man, I'm gonna have to pay capital gains taxes. There's gonna be commissions. It's gonna be a headache. Got to deal with a bunch of stuff. Maybe repair some stuff here and there. Then I thought, let me just get cash out loans against these properties. So 4 of the 5 were free and clear. So I had those free and clear, but I went to the bank and got cash out loans.
What is cash out loans?
So, okay, that's a good question. So basically, if somebody's going to buy a house and they're going to get a loan, like they get the loan first. They get the mortgage. They got to get approved at the bank and all of that to buy the house. But I already bought it free and clear. I bought the properties. So I just went to the bank and borrowed money, and they used my house as collateral. So it's called a cash out loan. I'm basically cashing out the equity in my property. There's there's $80,000 in equity. I went to the bank. I said, can I borrow, say, whatever it was? Well, it was worth. Now it's worth like over $100,000 each of those. So I went to the bank and I said, can I borrow like $80,000 on each of these, roughly on average? So just borrowed money from the bank, and they use my houses as collateral. So I would have to pay these loans back over 30 years at a fixed interest rate, and I got like 3 to 4% interest. So you might be wondering, I had them already free and clear. Why borrow money and pay interest to the bank? The thing is, I borrowed that money. I got that cash. Now I can invest it, say in the stock market. So if I am paying, say, a 3 or 4% interest rate, I just have to beat that by my investing. If I invest in stocks, I can earn, say, 10%. And that difference is mine, right? Meanwhile, I'm paying off the principal on these loans. Over these 30 years, I'm paying interest, but some of that is the principal. So I'm building up equity over time in these houses. So I'm just using leverage. And you don't pay taxes on a loan. That's the thing. I get this loan from the bank. All that money, I don't have to pay taxes on it. If I sold the properties, I would have had to pay taxes on the gains. So I keep the houses, I get these loans, and I don't have to pay taxes on loans. I could take that cash, invest in stocks, and have that earn, a higher return than what I'm paying the banks. And I just keep that difference. I know that it's kind of complicated. I'm talking kind of fast, but that's where debt can be used in your favor. Like, I didn't need that loan. I didn't need it, to buy something that, that I needed to live or something. This was just purely to invest, to make more money. So it can be used to your advantage, I think.
So looking back at the beginning, what you had said, do you regret not taking out the initial loan in the beginning when you first bought the properties? Do you regret just buying it straight out the bat for just cash straight up?
That's a good question. Not really, because the interest rates were a little higher at that time. I just got lucky with the timing. And also, when you come in cash, that gives you, I think, a slight advantage as the buyer. Like, a seller is more likely to to want to sell to an all cash buyer instead of, because they don't want to deal with somebody going to the bank and then the bank saying, oh, we can't give you the money, you're not approved or whatever. They like cash buyers because they have the money. Yeah, they got it. So so the interest, I bought them cash, and then the interest rates went low, and I locked in the lower interest rates.
Oh, I get you.
So I think that worked out better. It was just good time. When the interest rates went lower, the property prices went up higher, and I borrowed against that higher value, and I borrowed at a lower interest rate, and I locked that in for 30 years.
Okay. And right now, looking at the real estate market, where do you think the best place to start off? Like, for say me, if I wanted to jump into real estate, where would the best place be to buy property?
So I still think probably Ohio area, somewhere in the more specifically Cleveland area, I guess. But what I would say is right now is not a great time. I think prices all across you can probably find some deals, but I think that the prices are just a little too high. I think it's hard to predict, short-term price movements. And I have been saying this for a while. I think stock prices are too high. I mean, real estate prices are too high. But I feel like something's got to budge. It's out of whack. I don't know who's affording these prices, especially with these higher interest rates. I think we're going to see a recession soon. So maybe middle of 2024 is my guess. That might be a better time to get into it. And then, and that might change where the best place to buy is. The market, it's kind of always changing. But that's kind of where I saw the deals in Michigan and Ohio. So yeah, mid 2024, maybe you'll 2025 even. But all right, is that what you want to get into? Is real estate?
Actually, I have been planning on wanting to get into nursing and real estate at the same time.
Okay.
But I never actually did get into it. I just did a little bit of research about real estate and stuff like that, and I was planning on taking the test for it back in 2020, but I just never did. And
so you want to be an agent, or do you want to be an investor?
Oh no, definitely an investor. I don't want to be an agent.
Okay. What kind of? What's that?
Why you didn't take it?
Honestly, I don't know.
You got scared?
Just procrastinated. You got school and you got work and stuff. Yeah.
I really did get scared. It was the middle of COVID and everything like that, so my head was already threw off and stuff like that. But I definitely do regret not taking the test.
But the test, you don't have to take a test to be an investor. Are you thinking an agent? Because I think you got to do some kind of test to be a real estate agent. So that's different. An agent is one that helps somebody buy or sell a property. You're kind of facilitating the paperwork, and you get a percentage of the sale price of that property. An investor is the one that's actually buying the property. So like,
you don't have to have your real estate license to be an investor?
No, like you can just buy a house. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that you had to have the license to get into like investing in real estate.
No, not that I know of. I just buy rental properties. Maybe if you want to do like commercial stuff, I'm not sure. But yeah, my properties I bought, just you don't really have to do anything. You just, especially if you're gonna buy cash, like they're like, it's green. That cash is green. Yeah, sure.
Green is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Same.
So I kind of got started with that, and in real estate and stuff, I got cash out loans on that, but mainly, so it sounds kind of weird, but I told you guys before. So I'm 27 now, but I became a self-made millionaire at 25, and most of that is from basically just getting really lucky with a good paying job and working. I've been working there since 18, right? I would work the overtime and I would go to work. I would go home. I'm super cheap. I showed you my shoes. I'm still wearing, I've had these for probably 8 years. Like years ago, I could have, bought a Lamborghini. Today I can go to the dealership. I can come out with a Lamborghini or two, whatever. I am always like resisting that temptation. Everybody out there wants you to spend money. There's advertisements everywhere. You just walk down the street, there's stores, there's signs, you're on social media. Who benefits from you saving money? Like, nobody does. They all want you to spend money. So you have to actively work against that. I have to say, no, I don't want to buy that Lamborghini. I'm in my Toyota. My Toyota works fine. And it would look cool in my Lamborghini, but I'm just like, no, I'd rather invest that money so I don't have to work. Like, some people are okay with working like into their 50s and 60s. I don't want to do that. I want to hopefully retire in my early 30s maybe, and hopefully never have to work a regular job ever again at that point. So I think that's kind of what drives me, is like, I want to escape the rat race. I don't want to be working that long. So I'm like, no to the Lamborghini, no to the nicer clothes. I'm going to save that money. And it's pretty boring, and it's not an exciting thing for me to say. It's not exciting to hear. But I think that's real. Like, you just kind of have to be cheap. That's when I say, like, you got to worry a little bit less about what other people think of you, because that'll allow you to save. Like my shoes, I'm super cheap, but I think this will help me in the future. I don't want my lifestyle to just go up with my income, because then it's like almost like I'm not making much more. I'm not saving more. So I really you kind of got to be cheap. It's not easy, but I think that's the real answer I could give you to really making a good amount of money over time.
I think my goal is by 22 to be like multi-millionaire.
Okay, well,
that's what I'll be like.
I mean, you could. Plenty of people do. I don't really know of a solid way to get you to that point. At that age, that's hard. I'm sure you could. There are plenty of ways to make a lot of money quick. I just don't know those ways. I'm long term, I run the calculations all the time, how much money I'm going to have when I'm 35, when I'm 40, when I'm 50, all the way till I'm 100 if I live that long. I'm because I look at the compound interest. If I get a 10% return, how much am I going to have this, or 15 or 20? So I'm always running these numbers. And I'm okay with being a little uncomfortable right now in my 20s. I'm single. I don't have kids. I can work some overtime at work. I don't have to be comfortable. If I had to, I would sleep in a bush if I had to. I'm built different. I have no shame. I'll save my money. So if I'm able to retire at 32 or something, maybe earlier, that sounds so enticing to me, where I just don't have to work anymore. I can do what I want. I can invest, in stocks. That feels very fun to me. It doesn't feel like work at all. I have my rental properties. To be honest, personally, it's kind of a headache. Just dealing with those, tenants. They always got a story when rent is due. There's a leaky faucet. It's always something. But with my stocks, nobody's waking me up at late at night, or there's an emergency here, there's a fire or whatever. I'm a business owner at that point when I buy stocks, and I have the CEO working for me essentially, and that sounds pretty good to me. But That's why I asked you guys the question, like, do you guys want to be rich one day?
I don't even know. Like, I don't want to be rich. Like, I want to be wealthy. Like, I want to be able to just.
So how would you differentiate those two, rich and wealthy?
Rich can mean like anything. Like, rich is like, I can be rich. Like, I can have like a lot of something.
Yeah. To me, I don't really know what the actual difference is, but to me, I would think rich is like new money, quick, like somebody that just made a lot super quickly, and wealth is like generational, long-term wealth, slow and steady.
I think wealth is like bigger than you.
Yeah.
Like, multiple people can live off that, like, for generations. Like,
Yeah.
So
I
like
wanna be-
generational wealth, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's kind of how I see it. I don't know. I don't know if there is a difference, but maybe that's a difference. But yeah, I certainly want to be wealthy. I want to be rich and wealthy, whatever it is. I want to have money. So my main reason for that is so I don't have to keep working like till I'm like 60 or whatever. I want to be able to retire, even if that. I'm thinking about actually moving to Southeast Asia, like Thailand, because, you know, out here in the U.S., especially California,
Tax.
it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like Thailand, I could probably live on under $1,000 a month. That covers everything. That covers, you know, the housing, the transportation, the food, everything. Probably under $1,000 a month, depending on how comfortable I want to be. And like that feels good to me. That feels secure. Like I can do that and not have to work. I can do whatever I want. I can travel around the world and not have to work. That is like my number one thing. I'm okay with putting in the work. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be running the rat race till I'm like 60. Yeah. That doesn't. Well, my back's hurting. I don't want to have to work.
I don't know. 60 sounds like you have no time, like, in your day for nothing. Like,
For real, like
high
what kind
blood
of
pressure, like, everything's bad. Like,
what kind of life is that? I mean, I don't want to say that's so bad because that's what most people do. They work till that. I don't want to talk trash about that. It's all personal preference. Like I just personally don't want to work that long. I want to have more time to do what I want. I guess you can kind of just look at the big picture. Like, I'll ask you guys this. This is a kind of a different thing. What do you guys think is the meaning of life?
life,
Yes, the meaning of life.
I think different people have different meanings of life. Like,
Yeah.
people have different purposes. Like I said, mine is like just to help people in general. Like, somebody else's can be like to bring havoc. Like, I don't know. So
Yeah. What do you think the meaning of life is? You don't have to have the actual answer. We don't know. We're just like just opinions. Like, do you ever? It's interesting because most people don't even think about this. And like, we're born, and we just start bumping into things. We touch something hot, and we're like, that burns. Don't do that. We just start bumping, and we just go through life. We go through school, and we start working, and we don't even know why. Like, where are we headed? So like, what do you think? The meaning of life. You're here on Earth. You're living this life. Maybe you'll live till in your 80s or beyond. What is the meaning? Why are we here? What do you think? There's a lot of pressure on you to answer this question.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Just
I don't know, honestly. I guess just to live and just, experience new things and learn from them, learn from your mistakes and better yourself. There's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations that you have to overcome and stuff like that to find your purpose in life. So I don't know, honestly. I think
that's
just
That's fine to not know, but yeah, what?
I'm saying, me personally, like, it's like help as many people as I can. It's like, cause like my head is like, get enough money, like, but you don't know how much money is enough until it's there.
You've come to the right place.
That's what I was finna
I've
say
got the
before.
answer.
That's what I was finna say before. I was like, when do you feel like you're rich, like you're wealthy? Like,
That's another thing. So first, I want to give my opinion. Obviously, this is my opinion. I don't have all the answers. I don't know. This is a very controversial subject, and like, if the audience is listening and you're religious or something, cover your ears. I don't know. Here's what I think the meaning of life is. I think there is no meaning to life. So, you might as well enjoy it. You might as well be happy. That's what I think it is. I think there is no meaning. We're kind of here randomly. You kind of look at the evolution. Seems like a random, meaningless thing. But we're here on this earth. Might as well be happy. So you said you want to help people, right? So I'll ask you this: why do you want to help people?
I want to help people because it's like a lot of people help me. Just to be like, even be here. Like,
does it make you happy when you help people?
I think it's a sense of like relief.
Yeah, I would say it probably makes you feel happy. I think that's why if I help somebody, it makes me feel happy, right? So I can pretty much ask you any goal you have in your life. It's like, if I keep asking you why you want that, I think it'll end in, I just want to be happy. I think that's what it is. So, and it's interesting because most people don't really think about what they want in life, generally speaking, their main goal. I think, like for me, I say my main goal is long-term happiness. Mm-hmm. What else would you want? Like if you say you want to be happy, and I say, why do you want to be happy? You can't go much deeper than that. It's like, well, I don't want to be sad. What do you think? What do you want in life? What do you want in life generally?
Generally in life, like, I think, I just want to help people. I think, like, I know it might make me happy, it might not, but I think I get like a sense of relief. So like, but
to me, it sounds like that makes you happy.
But even then, like, you can help somebody and not really want to help them, and it might really be like, dang, like, I didn't really want to help them, but so be it. And then, like, I think a lot of people, like, they don't really like do stuff for themselves sometimes. It's bigger than them. So it's like, say somebody in the hood, like, they're like, dang, like, I want to get out this situation, but not for me. So like somebody else, but they can if they were just focused on themselves, they can just. But if they're focused on other people, it's throwing them back. So it's like, how much is I really doing to make me happy? So. See,
I would argue that person that did that,
yeah,
that makes him happy.
You think
if he sees he's getting these people out, out of those situations, he sees that.
Yeah.
I'll just say from my personal experience, if I help somebody, it's for selfish reasons. Mm-hmm. That sounds bad, but hear me out. Like, if I'm gonna help an old lady across the street, I like seeing the smile it puts on her face. That makes me happy. Is that so bad? Like, she's happy too. That's cool. But I do that to make myself happy. So I can say I want to make a lot of money. That's to make me happy. I want to help other people. That's to make me happy. I want to have good, long-lasting relationships with the people that I'm close to. That makes me happy. Mm-hmm. That's just how I see it. I like to think a lot. I take long walks for like hours, and my mind goes a lot. This is what This is what I think about here.
What else I think a lot of people don't want help either too.
That they don't want to help?
They don't want help, from nobody. Like,
yeah, that's not good. It would be better if people, would.
Because I'm like that to a certain extent. Like,
yeah.
If I feel like I can do it, like, it's gonna feel better if I do it myself. I'm gonna just do it myself. Like,
yeah.
So it's like say like I want to, or say I want to, for instance, like the cars. You talking about it, like, say I want a car, but I want to buy it myself. But then somebody want to help me pay for it. I'm not going to value it as much. So it's like certain things you want to do yourself. right? So it's like even helping like somebody that's like a homeless person, for instance, like, or somebody that don't have too much and like they're like, nah, I'm good. Like there's gonna be a lot of situations like that, and they just be like, I don't want help. Then you get somebody that's like really stubborn, like they can be like in their drawers, holes in the drawers, everything, like nothing, everything downhill, like, and they can keep on going downhill, but they'll still tell you, no, I'm good, like, I don't need help.
That's interesting.
So
yeah, I don't know.
and then a lot of people, they don't know how to take help, receive it, because it's never been given. So like, but that's like, I think that's on like how like a lot of people are like their childhood traumas and stuff. Like everybody got trauma, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Those. I mean, if somebody doesn't want help, I'm like, okay, I'll help somebody who wants help.
Yeah.
And then, that's what do you think, Brian? Like the what is your main goal in life? Is it something specific? Is it just to be happy? What is your main goal in life? What do you want?
Honestly, I just want to be, I guess you could say, more than financially stable and happy at the same time.
Yeah.
And just able to make a difference, if not in the whole world, but like, if I'm able to just help out some people or just make some kind of impact or anything like that, then that's what makes me happy, basically.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I think my main goal, number one goal, is just to be happy in a long-term way. And that helps me figure out what I want in life. Like you brought up, like how much money is enough, right? If I understand my main goal is long-term happiness, that helps me figure out how much money is enough, right? Like, who do you think is happier generally? A monk or a billionaire? Yeah, I mean, I would probably agree. Like, I think also happiness is a skill, which, I think not a lot of people see it that way, but I think it is a skill. And I think a big way to become happier is to lower your expectations. Which sounds bad. People don't like hearing this. But this doesn't mean you have to lower your goals, right? What I mean by this is you can have huge goals. Like, I want to be a billionaire, right? And I can work toward that and try to be a billionaire. But at the same time, I'm like, even if I just had this down here, I'd be fine. I'm going to still try for this. I'm going to try and try and try. But, if I have running water, I got clothes on my back, I've got a car, I've got food on the table, like that's fine. I'm chilling. That's good. I'm still going to try this. But even if I had this, I'd be bye.
So like be grateful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's the best way to do it. Like if you're a billionaire and you're expecting all of this and you're just used to being on the yacht and being everywhere, you're like, this is normal, and you don't remember like where you came from or just the little things, you might not be very happy because that's just you're normal. That's normal. Especially I think like kids who were just given a ton of money and they didn't work for it, they might not appreciate it as much. They're just like, it was just given to them and they're like, okay, I guess I'm going to buy a Ferrari. It probably doesn't really mean much to them. They didn't have to work for it. But you can be a billionaire. That doesn't mean you have to be unhappy. You can be a billionaire and be like, just be more grateful for little things. I think that's how you can become more happy. That's how I see it. Of course, I don't have all the answers, but I think about this kind of a lot. And I think it makes sense to actually think about this, like, because it's your main goal in life, right? Mm-hmm. If you're just going to live and not even think about like what you're doing, if you don't know what your goal is, it's much harder to achieve. You don't even know what you're trying to do. How are you going to achieve it? If you clarify it in your head, you know exactly what you want, you can start, carving out just steps to get there. You know, I'm going to do this here at this age. I'm going to do this, this, and this to get me where I want to go. But I think it comes down to like just really clearly identifying what your goal is. That makes it much easier. So, like, for example, how much money is enough? I used to, you know, I would think about this from time to time. This is kind of an arbitrary number. This is a personal thing that I think probably, I'm not there yet, but like 10 million is probably the number where like,
You like it. I did it.
yeah, after that, like if you double your money, you're probably not going to double your happiness, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I already don't have to work. I'm flying, you know, first class or whatever. I'm going to 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like you start making more money. It's like, okay, you can be in a bigger boat or a bigger house. It's like, yeah, it's better, but I think it's called the law of diminishing returns, where maybe when you're just starting out, you double your money. That's going to really make an impact. But you're already at it, like 10 million. You get more than that. It's like
you can already like do like if you want, you can get like anything you want.
yeah, you kind of you got whatever you want. So I think right around 10 million is like
10. I don't
yeah.
know.
But of course, I want to get there and then keep going because you might as well. If you're using passive income and compounders, it's like your money is making money. It's like I might as well make more. Why not?
No.
And I'm not going to go out of my way to work extra hard to do that. Like I'm not going to be digging ditches to go from 10 million to more. I'm like, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to travel the world, whatever. I think 10 million.
10.
Yeah.
I think like around what age? Like
I mean, at any age, really. Like
age.
you're chill, you're comfortable. You're doing luxurious things. You're doing whatever. Like you can pretty much have anything, except you know giant yachts and giant houses. You can do like any experience you want, basically within reason. You don't have to work. You can have people, you know, assisting you. You can pay for people to do that. I think that's because at 10 million, you're investing that. You can probably get $1 million a year, roughly. Passively, you're sleeping. You're asleep, and your money is making you money. That is how the rich get rich.
So you can like you spend like $1 million a year just just living like off the same thing you invest.
You could spend, but I would spend less than $1 million. So then I would save some more and then keep investing, and then it's more and more. That's just my mindset. Like I'm always just trying to keep investing more. You know, you might as well make more in that situation. If it's passive income, you might as well. Like
That's where that mindset's come in. Cause even me, I'll be like, I think once like I get it, like I have to really control myself.
oh, I'm telling you,
Like,
it's huge.
super control. Like, cause if I can get the things like I couldn't get before, it's like I think like he'll probably say it too. Like, why wouldn't I get it? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
See, I think the mindset, it gets built over time. Because I've started saving money, investing over quite a bit of time. If the money just fell into my lap, the amount of money I have right now, I would be like probably start spending stuff. But I did this. I just watched it grow and grow, and I was saved. So that's why I still have these shoes.
Oh, so it's like damn, 100,000, like 200.
Yeah, let's get more than that. Let's keep
250.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, bro, it's looking good. I keep on doing this for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's that mindset. Like these shoes, I'm wearing these on purpose. It's like a reminder. I can wear nicer shoes. I can, but it's like it helps me with that mindset because it is hard to resist that temptation. You've got them. I can just go to the store and buy a ton of stuff.
Yeah. So it's like
that.
But I feel like it's better if you like I got it. Like it's like not even like I'm talking about like money wise. Like you're sitting there, you're like somebody can have like on $700 shoes and not be able to pay rent. Like
exactly
$700 shoes.
Exactly. That's that's the mindset of a lot of people. Like you'll see, I would say most people that are in Mercedes Benz, these luxurious cars, not all, but a decent amount of them, they're like spending a big chunk of their paycheck on that to look cool. That's all it is, really. It's a nicer, more luxurious vehicle, but it's to look cool. I can be in a Lamborghini, but I'm driving a Toyota. I'm consciously doing that. I have the money to just go buy a nice car. It's very easy. It's very enticing. It's right there. So you've got to have that strength to just resist that. And I think that can go a long way. I don't know if I was just born this way, like just laser focused on, saving money. Like, I think I was like this when I was a kid. Even I would go to the restaurants with my family. I'd be looking at the menu. I was probably 8 years old.
Nah, that's not it right here. We need to go. We can go somewhere else.
Yeah, like
get something like $1.
Exactly. It's not even my money. Like that. It's not even spending my money, and I'm still like, nah, it's too expensive. No, but everybody else at the table, they're like, what's the most expensive?
They're like, let me get there. You said 200.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is a positive thing. Like my dad. Okay, my dad was pretty cheap. I think that's probably where I got it. It's like, as a kid, if I just asked, can I get this piece of candy out of this machine for a quarter? No. I'm like, oh,
a quarter.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like, no, you don't need that.
It'll be all right.
I'm like, okay. So I think that just stuck with me, and I think that's a positive thing. It sounds extremely boring, but again, that's why I say, do you guys want to be rich one day? It takes a certain mindset. It's not just going to fall on your lap. Well, I don't know how to get money that quick that way anyway, but the way I know is just slow and steady over time. That's what I think. Like, are you willing to do that, or you want it now? I know it's better. I would rather have a lot of money right now, like a lot more right now, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Mm-hmm. So
I'm willing to be patient. It's just I'd rather be on it like every second, because like I'd rather like just put all my energy right now, like give everything into it every day. Like,
I mean, that's good to have the mindset, to have that drive and try to make as much as you can. But you want to be careful, like when it comes to investing, like trading. Mm-hmm. That usually, trying to make money quick, that usually comes with extra risk.
Yeah.
And then
that's the mindset behind it, because it's a course, like it's like some classes you can take on like the mindset behind it, like the risk and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have made a good amount of money on it.
A lot of people who have lost though.
A lot of people have lost.
Everyone loses.
It's
just you got to know when to like. You got to be like, that's enough.
That's really hard. I mean, that's why I'm not really a trader. I'm more of a fundamental, value investor. It just makes more sense to me. I would listen to Warren Buffett, interviews of him, and I'm like, that just makes a lot of sense. When you listen to this old guy who's worth over $100 billion, and he bought his first stock at, I think, 11 years old. It's like, I just listened to the advice he would give. I'm like, that just makes sense. Just the long-term, slow and steady. Now, granted, he's still cheap to this day. Like, he lives in the same house he bought in the, 50s or something. Now, I don't think I would be, that cheap, at that level.
50s?
Yeah. It's...
How much you put into the house?
I think it was, I don't remember. It was a
in the 50s,
small amount.
Probably 50,000.
It could have been something like that. Yeah.
Now it's probably worth cool.
It's like 3,000 square foot house, I think.
Yeah.
It's in Omaha, Nebraska.
In Nebraska, okay. So
probably $1 million. I don't know.
Yeah, probably now,
Yeah.
1.5-ish.
Could be. Yeah.
But I say 50 when you bought it, 50,000.
Yeah.
crash, depression. Yeah, it's probably like
Yeah.
a mil plus now. And then he lives in it, so he lived in it. So it's like,
Yeah,
how
that's
much is it really going to cost, like, to
Yeah.
live where he lives?
Yeah, I mean, he said that was one of his best investments, just the house that he lives in. But he's worth over $100 billion.
But that's potentially $1 billion house. Like
That house that he lives in,
if he dies, like he dies, and like no one could live in it.
I don't know. I don't know if the houses like they have much. Sometimes they're worth more because of somebody famous lived in there, but I don't know if it'd be worth.
So
that.
you don't think they would like do it like a MLK, like his house, like
Just to, like
they don't think
section
they would,
it off,
yeah,
or
like,
in the city or something buys it.
yeah,
or
like
something.
no one could live there.
Like a museum or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think no one would live there. Like
Yeah.
he'd lived there for like 50 plus years. Like,
Yep. Yeah, but my point is like he's worth over 100 billion. He could be in just the most ridiculous mansion.
literally, he can have
But
an
he-
estate.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. That's a crazy amount of money. So I think he and I are kind of the same in that aspect. It's that mindset that you build over a long time. It doesn't, just because the money grows steadily and you just keep that mindset. But I do want to say if I had a crazy amount of money like that, I would have more fun than he is. I would, be in a pretty nice house I'd be living it up.
like a bill, like
$1
billion is
one-
like, come on, bro.
that's-
But 100 is like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like,
$1 billion is a ridiculous amount of money.
yeah.
That's 1,000 million.
You know how much that could change somebody's life?
Oh,
like
it's-
somebody's whole like family structure.
a bill, 10 million could. 1 billion. That's so much money.
Like,
You could make, say, 70 to 100 million a year, just off that money, just
Yeah.
sitting there invested. That's a lot.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm gonna live in this house right here for
Yeah.
70 for like
I guess if he's been there for so long,
Like,
it's a sentimental thing.
habits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You don't really want to leave, but yeah.
it's wild. He'll die.
So crazy random thing. Aliens. Do they exist?
Aliens, I
Yes.
think they exist to a certain extent. Like, we could be aliens for all I know. I mean, if we go to another planet, if like it's life on another planet, we're aliens at that point. Like,
I guess, yeah. You could, I
so,
could see it like that.
We go, like, say we go to Mars, and like gonna be like, those are humans. We're like, these are Martians. We both confused.
But do you think there's some species out there that's not human, intelligent life?
Yeah.
Out,
We're looking at the sea right now. Like, we don't know what's in there. I just seen something on Instagram talking about like some just swimming around. Like, I don't even like the ocean. I don't like the beach. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the ocean. What is it, like the octopus? They think that's like an alien or something, because this is kind of weird. But do you think there's anything in another galaxy, another planet?
I think a lot of stuff is like just went into the ocean that came in, like,
Yeah.
because that's like the best hiding place.
Or in a desert or something like that.
The desert.
Area 51 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I think everything in the sea, because the sea is so broad. Like,
Yeah.
you can really, like, if you really wanted to disappear, like, and you had enough money, like, you can just, like, you can find somewhere, like, in the sea or on like some island,
Do you
disappear.
do you want to visit the Titanic?
No,
Okay.
well,
Just checking.
like, that's why would I want to, like, it's so far down. Like,
Yeah,
you saw the submarine? Like, you know how far that down is in the ocean?
That's crazy. I'll just look at it on my phone or something.
Like,
There's a picture
bro,
of it. It's
why
like,
would
that's
I,
cool.
like, and they gonna say, oh yeah, we're finna go down there and like save them. Like, I'm sorry, you just died. Like, if that's me, bro, like,
Yeah.
I can't help you. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to do that. I would want to go in a submarine, but like a legit one, and maybe not down that far.
with a PS4
Yeah, that was-
controller, bro. A Game Boy controller. Come on, bro. Like, stop, stop playing with me, bro.
So the aliens thing. Let's watch this. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of opportunity out there for all this alien life, right? So there's like 100 billion plants, 100 billion stars in our galaxy, and a couple 100 billion galaxies in our universe. Why is the universe just not teeming with alien life? Why don't you see spaceships? Because we've been looking, like, since the 70s, this program SETI, we've been looking. It's empty. Crickets, nothing. How does that happen? Are we alone? This tiny little blue dot Earth.
Nah.
We're alone. But where are they?
I just think we do people do a good job at hiding. So I mean, if we alive, I mean, someone else could be alive too. Just
I have a theory.
yes,
It's pretty crazy. I'm just throwing it out here. I'm not saying I think for sure this is the case, but it is possible that we are living in a simulation.
Yeah, I think that. I think I'll be thinking about that too. Like, this could be like something like it's already happening before.
Yeah,
Just like, if I do this in another like dimension, like somebody else did this.
Yeah.
Then, like,
Yeah, I mean, like, all of this feels real.
but it's like,
It could be when you go to sleep and you're dreaming, you are thoroughly convinced that
Yeah.
that is reality.
Yeah,
You can be
like-
flying across the city. You're like, this is real. I'm flying. You don't realize it until after you wake up that was a dream. And so your brain can be convinced. So I'm tying these two together, the aliens and the simulation. I think if this is a simulation, somebody programmed it, right? They're not going to program the entire universe with Earth-like detail. So that's going to take a crazy amount of computing power. We live here on Earth, so let's just program this. You can program all these planets. They're kind of just spherical objects. It's not much detail, billions and billions of them. So maybe we just didn't program, alien life out there. We live here on Earth, and we just programmed it here. I think that could be an answer, because you would think there would be aliens everywhere, but we're looking and it's empty. It's
so
crickets.
like, it's like the Matrix or something.
Something like that.
through.
Yeah. You see this VR that's coming out. Like, we might get to a point where these games become so realistic where you can't even tell the difference between the game and reality. And if you can imagine that, what if that happened already and this is a simulation? Like, it's possible. I know it's crazy. You never know. But if that is true, it's like, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to live my life the same way. But
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't think I'll be content in life. Like, I had to really know. Like, I had to go to sleep and be asleep for like a coma or something. Like the dream had to be like, I had to wake up and be like this. Like, I can see what happened already. Like, cause that happens sometimes. Like, you go to sleep and you wake up. It's like you can go through the day. It's like this happens and this happens and this happens, and like, oh, I just dreamt about this.
yeah.
So it had to be like, that had to happen for like a long time. I had to see like a month into like the whole like in my dream or something for me to be like, oh yeah, like this crazy for real.
Yeah.
Like,
You never know. There's probably a bunch of different answers, but I just like thinking about these things.
or you seen like how the shows they be like they repeat the same thing that's happening over and over and over, like the same like scenario.
Like the Truman Show. I think it was a movie.
The scenario, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Scenario. So like,
just like a glitch in the Matrix or
yeah,
something.
so like, look, put the mic down, and then so he does that. Then that just repeats over and over and over, and he's like dang, like I've been stuck in this loop for like too long.
Yeah.
That had to happen to me. Like, and I'd be like, this crazy, like.
Also, I did want advice for like, what would you do in my situation? Like, I already told you like stuff that I have going on. Like, what would you do in my situation? Like that type of stuff also.
In what kind of situation specifically?
Like,
you said
I guess at like my age and stuff like that. I don't know honestly, because most of the time like I just be feeling like it's low key like I'm just late. I'm just like behind everybody else basically. But then in reality I'm kind of ahead, but at the same time I'm not too far ahead basically. So it's kind of like how do I switch my mindset off of that basically?
You think you're too late because you're 21, you're 22, too late to start going to school, to start your nursing career? What do you mean too late?
Like too late in just like life in general basically. Like
you said you're 21?
About to turn 21 next month, the 20th.
Okay, yeah. You're not too late.
Yeah,
like
bro.
you got your whole life ahead of you.
Let me see. What can I say? I think for me, because I'm younger than you, so I'm going to just tell you, like, what I think. You got to eliminate what makes you think like that. Like, so you got to eliminate the problem. So for me, it's like, at first, it was like, okay, what are people going to say about me when I do this or do that? And then after I do that, it's like, okay, like, it's not too bad. So if you want to better yourself, bro, you got to, like, just eliminate what other people say, what other people do to make you feel that way. Just take control, bro. So that's what I've been trying to do. Like, don't let everybody push you to do something you don't want to do, man.
So you think you're late in the game compared to other people? You're seeing, maybe you're on Instagram and you're seeing 21-year-old kids on a yacht or something. Yeah. Like, that's not reality. That's somebody probably on the other side of the country, and then that profile is getting a ton of likes. And it seems like, oh, people are out here in Lamborghinis and yachts. So, like, I'm not doing good. Yeah. But most people, they're struggling. They're just figuring out. At 21, just figuring it out. Like, not sure what they're going to do in the future. But, yeah, I don't think you're too late. Yep. It sounds like you're on the right path. So, nursing, I think I asked you before, it's like 2 years. You said a couple years for nursing school or something? Or their bachelor's or something?
To get your associates is 2 years, and then your bachelor's is another 2 years. So, essentially, I could get my associates, already be working in the field, and then go back for the other 2 years to get my bachelor's and then make more money that way. Okay.
So, you're just starting... you haven't completed 1 year toward this yet?
No.
Okay. So after 2 years, if you pass all the classes, whatever you have to do, you can start making money from this career.
Essentially, yeah.
You're definitely not behind. Like, you 23, 24 years old, making money. What's the starting income like in that field, you think? Is it $50,000 a year, you think? Is it more?
It's like, if I'm still living in California, it's like 75 to 80 with your associates.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Yeah.
You're making more than the majority, bro.
Yeah, that's good right there. That's starting, right? And then you said your bachelor's, you get that, and that allows you to earn more after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if, like, you're really, like, focused into it, you can find a hospital or somewhere, bro, or a place to, like, even right now to, like, to intern that, bro. Just get your certificate and everything. You can intern somewhere, bro. Just find somebody. Somebody will help you, bro. Somebody will want to help you. Like ask a teacher or something, because they probably did it. And you can intern. Then now you got a resume, and now you got connections.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think you were saying to me like your grades were slipping and stuff. I'm just gonna say what I said earlier. It's that sleep. I think I really think that could actually help. You're getting full at least 8 hours of sleep. You're gonna be able to go to your classes and actually learn these things. Like otherwise, you're just gonna be wasting your time. You're gonna go to school. They're gonna teach you things that's just gonna bounce out. You're not gonna retain that. If you're sleeping 3 or 4 hours a day, that's not gonna cut it. I think that's where you got to focus on right now. Just you get better sleep, you can actually, your grades will probably improve.
It really has since I dropped out of the math class because, I get off of work at 12 over here at midnight, and then I was going to school at 8 in the morning, and I wasn't going to sleep until around maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's definitely not enough sleep. But now since I just have my English class and I'm just focusing on that, I'm just getting a lot more sleep and just being more, productive and stuff. So
you got one class and then you got work?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So it's doable. I think if you get enough sleep, you can really improve your grades. I think that's the best way. In 2 years, you already start in your career nursing. I think you are not behind like that. You're 23, 24 years old, making 70 something thousand a year. You're ahead of the game, I'd say. And then once that money starts coming in, like I've been saying before, it's got to be cheap. Yeah. It's not easy, but I think if you want to build that wealth over time, you've got to not let your lifestyle creep up as you make more money. What do you think about that? That sounds good. Like he sounds like he's on the right track, right? Like
yeah. I think it sounds good. I just think like don't let people get in your head, man. That's probably the only thing that's stopping you is yourself, man. That's just the mentality you gotta have. Like, you gotta be like, I'm gonna do this, no matter what nobody say. Like, you gotta be confident in yourself, man.
Yeah.
And you gotta know what you're doing is the right thing, man. So.
And then, what about you? Where do you see yourself? Like in the short term, you're just about to start your first year in college in Arizona.
My first year.
Yeah.
I really planned out my whole for 2 years. So,
okay.
Like by December, I want to be like a guy, like a guy. So like what I mean by that is like to like myself. So like I want to be able to make like it was right now like because I'm trying to figure out how to make like $140 a day right now
from trading.
Yeah, or like anything right now. So even like I'm really into anything that I like. Like if I said I'm gonna do it, like I said I want to start a clothing brand. I'm starting my LLC. Like trying to figure out how to do everything and just handle everything. So by like December, I want to have everything done. I want to be making like 3-5 bands a month. Then on my YouTube channel, I want to have like 10,000 subscribers. Then Instagram.
What do you do on YouTube?
I just post content. What I want to do, like seriously, I like by December, I want to be like doing like interviews, like almost like this, but like public and like
on the street.
Yeah, not like on the street exactly, but like
okay,
more like in your face, like very detailed. Like I don't know how to explain it. Just like, but like I could start it right now, but I'm more
What's
like
holding you back?
I'm more like I'm detailed. Like I want it to be like exactly how I want it to be. Like I want like the production to be like I I want it to be like I can have everything, and like if I want to edit it, like I can just edit it into like how I want it exactly.
I think probably should just get started. Your first ones might not be good, but it'd be learning experiences, and you can just get better from there. Like I'm doing YouTube, and my first videos, nobody's watching, like nobody cares, and I think you got to have that long-term mindset. Like you're not going to get a ton of subscribers that. First, I don't really know. I barely have any subscribers myself, but based on what I hear from other people talking about, like I hear Mr. Beast, he talks about how he got started and stuff. It's like a long process. So you've got to, you can't be expecting like you're just gonna have 10,000. Yeah,
but
because
like,
you're gonna get discouraged.
Yeah, but like I'm planning it so it can be like that. So like I know it's a process.
Yeah,
but it's like I make like something I want.
Yeah,
you gotta like I feel like if you really make it a need, like you accomplish it eventually.
Yeah,
just in due time. And if you really on it, so like me, I'm just gonna post until I get enough. So like I get 100 subscribers, then like I'm like, all right, like keep on being in competition with yourself. So say like I just got a video, it hit like 10,000 views.
You did?
Yeah, but it's like
10,000 views.
If I tell you like off of just stuff I do, like sports, like just chilling. So it's like if I hit 10, now I gotta figure out how I can hit that again.
Yeah,
but I want to do it like daily life, just so I want to make like everything just how I need it to be, like this. So I think by December maybe, like even January, like New Year's, I'd be like okay with that. But my goal is to like, and all in all through all this, like by December is like 3-5 bands a month, be able like in college to be like just financially like straight, like I can like I wouldn't have to like ask like nobody like for nothing like crazy, like I can have nobody worry about me for real, just be to myself, like my mom good, everybody else just like I got this. So
yeah, I feel that.
That's what I need.
So you're we were talking earlier about your car situation.
Yeah.
So like how's that going?
My car situation is like it's whatever right now. It's like it's cool, but it's like it can be way better because I can't even drive the car I have right now. So I need a new car by like next month, like in like 2-3 weeks.
You're telling me you got a good deal on it though, right? And then somebody's offering you like triple what you paid.
So like I was like, you be saying like stuff like perfect timing happened for me. I got the car for like, it was technically I spent the band for the car $1,000.
Dang.
But then somebody down to pay $3,000 for it. So
shoot, I would sell it.
Yeah. So and then like the car is messed up. Okay, let's get that out the way. Like I don't understand, but everybody needs a car though. So I get it. But me, like I need to feel like comfortable in like what I'm in. Like it's gonna last me a good time. Like I'll be okay with even like a Honda like 2005.
Okay.
Like I'll be okay, but like I want the Infinity 2015, like 2016, like or anything like that I know like I can hold on to. Like it's gonna look right. It's gonna be like all right. Just keep on going through life and just.
Yeah. For me, I just want something that runs. I got my Toyota. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna drive that till the wheels fall off or something.
That's what I'm saying. See, I tried to like they not understand. You not understand. Like I tried to drive the car until the wheels came off.
Yeah.
And then it came off. So it's like, so I can't even make it up. Like I don't understand what happened. Like it's just.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss sometimes with the older vehicles. So. But you just got a car, right? Right?
I just brought a car about, I think it was last Wednesday or last Thursday for like $1,200 off of OfferUp. It's
what kind?
1999 Toyota Camry and it has over 200,000 miles on it. So
Oh, it's brand new. Toyota.
It's like
You got another
Camry is
100,000 or
like
something.
It's like the thug car, bro. That's the. When I be seeing people in Camrys, all I see is like, all I hear is like, when I think about like drive by, like, bro.
The Camry?
Yeah. Like,
Is that right?
Like,
Oh,
like dangerous, like super thug, like, bro.
what?
Yeah, that's what when I hear Camry, that's what I was like. He's like, you get a Camry. I was like,
I thought that was
Camry.
supposed to be Altimas that are like that.
nah. You think the Altima is like that?
Oh, never mind. That's for like city girls or whatever.
Yeah. No. Nissan or like Nissans is for the city girls. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah.
This is news to me. I don't know.
Oh yeah. No, cause like I be seeing, I'm like, dang, like this, like Nissans are crazy. Like I feel like those are like make or break. Like if the person driving it is good, like it could last.
That was my first car. Hey,
Yeah.
they know how to make a car.
Yeah, it could last. Like it could last, but you get that one group like. Like
Yeah.
I didn't been out and seen like 10 people hop out of a Nissan, and just it's like did 10 people just hop out of Nissan? like why? Like think of like how compact like that car had to be. Like nobody could breathe. They playing music loud. Like
Yep.
that's sickening.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Let me see. Yeah.
So, let me ask you guys this: do you guys plan on ever getting married?
I don't know, honestly, based off of the way that women are nowadays. I don't know.
You don't have to go so much into detail so you don't get like canceled or anything. People get mad at you.
So you care.
But like, no, you're good. You're good. Like, but yeah, so this YouTube channel. It's mostly like a financial kind of channel. So I guess from the financial aspect of marriage, I know it's not all about finances, but it is a big part of it. Is it a wise choice to make?
Probably not, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
Financially, I mean,
It depends
as
on
a
which
guy,
side.
As a guy, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm marrying a girl and like she wearing the pants, bro, I'm like all right, like
Yeah. What I'll say is I think there are some risks involved in getting married. Like you have to understand that when you get married, you sign a marriage certificate, and that actually means something. There are legal ramifications, and that becomes very apparent if you try to break that marriage, right? Lawyers get involved. It's a real thing. I know it's supposed to all be about love and all of that. I get that, but just know that there are potentially risks involved. When people get married, they are just thinking about a lifelong commitment and love, but unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't last forever, and the divorces do happen about 50% of the time, and during that divorce, money usually gets transferred from one partner to the other. So just be careful. Just know that there are risks involved in getting married. I don't want to get so into it. It'll probably upset a lot of people, but just be careful. Just think before you sign is what I'm trying to say. Know that the government gets involved, the lawyers get involved. Just be careful.
I'm gonna give it to you like what you trying to say, but like I'm gonna be like your translator.
Okay.
So like they understand. Basically, he's saying DTB for life. Like don't trust. You know what I mean? Don't trust them. Like,
Oh,
don't even risk it. Like, just do the ceremony and just.
Yeah.
You know, you can love somebody. What you say? You can love him and not marry him. Like,
Yeah.
we can just be like, I
You
can give you a ring. It's like
Yes.
here, but we don't. Did you say you need to sign a contract? Right?
Yeah, I mean, it is a contract. It is a contract. It's not just, hey, let's be in a relationship. You sign that document, it becomes a legal contract.
Yeah, like
And-
you sign that contract. Like, we just went pro. Like,
Yeah.
like we're in the league now. Like
Yeah. And if you want to break that contract, if you have more money than the other partner, you're paying a lot.
Yeah.
There are risks
Mm-hmm.
involved in that situation. So, there are a lot of people out there that are married, and a lot of marriages work out perfectly fine, and that's great. If you guys want to get married, ultimately you find somebody, you fall in love, and you want to get married, that's your choice. Just know that there are risks. Also, you can get a prenup, but this isn't foolproof. It can be invalidated by the court. The judge can say this prenup is invalid because she signed under duress or whatever it is. So don't think that they work 100% of the time. It can help getting a prenup, but it is your choice. If you want to get married, you can if you want. Just be careful. There could be risks down the line. Just that's what I want to say about that. But
yeah,
just
DTB for life. Just
what's DTB?
just keep the money in your pocket.
I like that. I like
Keep
the
the
sound of
money
that.
in your pocket. Keep the money in the pocket.
Yep.
I can't say DTB because like
Yeah.
don't trust.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just keep it in your pocket. Stay to yourself. If you really like a girl, you want to marry her. Just you can have the ceremony. Just
I could buy her a giant ring.
Yeah, we
do
can have a
everything
ceremony.
except sign that document. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
in like a while,
you
decades
have to-
ago, maybe it made sense. But
Mm-hmm.
I think just recently, in the last few years, the court rulings, it just made it difficult to.
Mm-hmm.
It made marriage just kind of more of a contract, and just potential problems if you try to break it. It's not like the 70s or 80s or whatever. It's 2023. Maybe the marriage laws haven't changed, but I think the court rulings, the way the judges decide, I think maybe has changed a little bit recently.
more in favor of the woman.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, sometimes the men win, but
Or like what's the guy named the soccer player?
oh yeah, he put all of his
City
money
Boys up.
under his mom's name.
Yo,
yeah.
I don't have nothing. Like
Yeah, he's like, I mean,
you said,
I don't have any money. Ask
said-
my mom. I don't know, but
You
you're
talking
not
about
married to my mom.
Talking about my mom's money.
Yeah, can't take my mom's money. Yeah,
No, I was
that's-
borrowed. She gave me the money.
yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Credit cards in her name.
Like-
I don't got any money. I don't know.
Said my mom made 500 million. Like I didn't make nothing.
Not me. I just play soccer. I don't know. I
This
just,
house not even under my name. Like she like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
she was ready. She was ready to get paid, and then she found out. Oh, guess he's broke.
Now he getting money.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, he getting money.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Wow,
he getting money.
that's interesting. Turn the tables.
He getting monthly payments.
Wow.
Yes, it's crazy. Like I'm gonna do what he did.
Yeah. I mean, you got to put a lot of trust in somebody else to give them all your money.
This is mom though. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think we covered a lot of stuff today. yeah, maybe in the future, a few years from now, we'll check in again, see how you guys are doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys got any advice for me or
Advice for you?
questions, or what do you think? Yeah, maybe I should
for
stop
you.
being extremely
being
cheap.
so cheap.
There you go.
Nah. I think once you get to like a certain like price range and like where you feel like you should be,
Yeah.
you said like 10 mil, right? That's when you can be like,
Yeah.
and then you can profit too. You can be like, you can just spend what you make from there and just be like,
Oh yeah, at 10 mil, I'm comfortable. I'm chilling. Yeah, I'll spend on some nicer things and be comfortable. But
advice for you is like, enjoy it while it's like there.
yeah, I think that's pretty solid. I mean, maybe when I'm 80 years old, sitting in my rocking chair, thinking about life, I think, I should have had more fun in my 20s. That is a balance I got to strike, but it shouldn't cost me so much.
Yeah.
It shouldn't cost me to where I have to work harder when I'm older. But I can do more fun. I can do fun things that don't cost much. I'll go surfing. I'll skate. We'll play basketball.
Yeah.
We'll do stuff like that. But that is, I got to keep that in mind though. That's some good advice.
That's it. I think enjoy while it's here, and for you, bro, I think you should just be like more like self-aware. Like, don't really think about what like people think of you. You feel me?
Most definitely.
Just be like, oh yeah, like more content with yourself and be like, I can do it, and then like don't really compare yourself to somebody else. Cause even me, what I was saying about YouTube, bro, like, or anything, like I'm just trying to beat myself every day. Like that's what cause like realistically, like I think you told me like realistically you can be like I think like what do you say, like multi-million like in like 2-3 years.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, at least financially independent where
Yeah.
I don't have to work anymore.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I really want. Yeah.
But that's you just seeing like, or like over time, it's like, oh, I can do this. Like, probably not even knowing like, if I can do this again, I can do it again. Just being in competition with yourself. So
Yeah.
that's what you should do. Just be in competition with yourself, bro. Like, get better like every day for yourself, though. Like,
Yeah, most definitely.
yeah, like then like focus, like instead of focusing on like the big things, like even like sleep, bro. Like, cause he right, like sleep matters, but
Yeah.
like even like when you sleep, like just every day, just get better at like controlling yourself, your thoughts, bro. Like just go to sleep. Like I go to sleep to like rain and stuff, so
Yeah.
just find that peace and like just figure it out, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like you can stress, bro. Like, cause I'm telling you, like I'll stay up and stress, but you can be stressed and be like calm at the same time. So just find that peace, bro, and then figure out what you really want to do, bro.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sounds pretty good. Yeah. I appreciate you guys coming out here doing this with me. Just my first podcast, so we'll see how it goes. But maybe I'll do some more in the future.
You finna have another podcast. It's gonna hit like, I'm telling you, it's gonna hit like 1,000. Just post like, clip it out and be like,
Yeah.
put clips of it or like the stuff you think was important and like clickbait the
short.
title. Yeah, clickbait the title a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be like, why I wouldn't marry a woman.
Exactly.
Ring emoji. They're like, whoa.
Start the Andrew Tate movement.
No. That's a real conversation, bro. Like,
Oh,
do you like Andrew Tate?
Oh, yes, I do. He's
Thank
he's
you.
hilarious,
Thank
dude.
you, bro.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
okay, I gotta give you that.
Yes, that guy's
That's
the
my
best.
guy, bro. I just had a
Dude.
disagreement with my girl about
Oh,
this.
of course.
She was like, I'm like, how you, because a lot of girls, like, they just go off what a lot of girls say.
Yeah,
They don't even see, like, I seen one video from him from 3 years ago and I just don't like him. I said, that was 3 years ago. Like, what if I seen you, like, shaking your butt, bro, 3 years ago, like, in the club? I'm like, is that still you? Like, you doing that now? Like,
yeah,
I'm just not gonna mess with you. Like, all right, like,
yeah. I mean, that Andrew Tate, I think he gives some pretty solid advice. He just says it in a way to irritate people.
Yeah,
and like, yeah,
So I
his
really
underlying.
listen to him, like,
Yeah,
motivationally.
And he's hilarious. He's so
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, I think he's pretty cool, and I've learned a thing or two from what he said, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I
right.
think Brian's gonna have to go pretty soon here. Yeah,
All right, yeah. So
yeah.
how we gonna close it?
I don't know. Just thank you guys for watching, coming out here. Probably do another one pretty soon. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you.
Hold on, bro. I've gotta shout my stuff out.
Oh, okay. Shout out. What you got going on
So
for the 10 people that are watching?
10 people that are watching, it's gonna be more than that. I'm already knowing.
Hopefully,
All right,
yeah.
so listen, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's MEEZYX live. There's more content to come. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. I'm action. We finna go get into some action, I think. So I'm gonna try to record it. It's gonna be fun. Just you're gonna like it. Then go follow me on Instagram, Lamar Harris 15. Then get me to like 5,000, and then get my guy Ryan his subscribers up.
Yes, sir.
My guy, get him, shout your stuff out, man.
What do you got? You got anything to plug? What do you got going
It's
on?
my Instagram, underscore BNASH underscore on Instagram.
Then he said he's finna make a YouTube channel, so you gotta go subscribe to him too.
We're gonna hold him to that.
channel.
Yeah.
Be about it, bro. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
See, look, my guy Ryan, he already at a mill. I'm gonna be at a mill in hopefully by like February next year.
Yeah.
February next year, that's the goal.
That would be, dude, that would be epic. I hope to see it.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I'm finna try my best. My guy, he finna be chasing millions too, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's really a bag chaser. Let's go.
Fine. Yes, sir.
Go, man.
Again,
Yeah.
thank you guys coming out here. Hopefully we'll do it again soon. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. See ya.